I just want to preface this video by saying that if you liked it, then that's good for you. I don't want to change anyone's opinions from this. I just want to put forward my own opinion and my own review of this book for anyone who is looking to enjoy it. And I wish I enjoyed it more than I did. But unfortunately, I only found it sort of mediocre. So yeah, preface done. I'll get into the actual video. So the full finished 7-issue volume of The Batman Who Laughs came out in our local comic store, so obviously I had to get it. Like, I've been waiting for this full thing to come out for so long. I love the debut issue that came along with the Dark Metals event. One of the few good things about that event, in my opinion. So I was really excited to read this volume, but unfortunately I was let down. Okay, warning, spoilers ahead, and also kind of trashing this book, I will say. So, sorry if you enjoyed it, but hey, here's my review. This book could have been so good. The themes it was trying to address and cover were complex and interesting, but it was ultimately let down by the end of the volume, due to an overcomplicated plot and the virtue of the comic book industry at large. I will explain what I mean by that. So, the overall plot of this comic was that the Batman Who Laughs, a Jokerized Batman, has entered the dimension of our Batman, along with another Batman version, the Grim Knight, a Batman who uses guns. The BWL, I'm calling that because I can't be bothered to say the Batman Who Laughs, like, too much effort for me. The BWL is set on delivering a plan, which, I'm going to be honest with you, I really don't understand. The Joker then infects Batman with Joker Venom, slowly turning our Batman into the BWL. In my opinion, the villain and his plan is the weakest aspect of this book. Once you get past the obvious allure of a Joker Batman, there's really nothing different about the BWL from the Joker. The most interesting part of making an evil version of the characters we love is to see how their ideologies and viewpoints become warped and twisted for an evil goal, and how what we're used to in a character, their quirks and flaws, now making them a danger rather than likeable. None of this is present in the BWL. There is no point where you can really feel this is a Batman who has been lost in his quest for justice, rather than a reskinned, fetishistic Joker. I don't even know what he wants, other than to warp Gotham into a twisted version of itself, but this part of his plan is only revealed in the last issue. Most of the book, we have no idea of what he's trying to accomplish as an end goal, only that it is bad, and Batman must stop it, because it's bad. We barely even get to see what separates the BWL from the Joker in skills, mainly being told about it through so much exposition and this one single scene where they fight. However, one of the few good things is the presentation of Batman's descent into madness. I'm a sucker for psychological body horror stories, where the protagonist has to deal with their demons, and we wait to see which side of the moral grey line they will fall. This book covers this well, and I especially like the use of font to translate this change, even if at times it was incredibly unreadable. I even had to use a torch to read some of this. Oh, it was too difficult for just a book. So the depiction of his transformation is great, until the final chapter, where this happens. If you don't understand why I'm so annoyed by this, is that this is basically like, for example, how it should have ended saying, "Because I'm Batman," but this is so much worse, as that was for comedy, and this is a serious, actually printed graphic novel. And this is how they decide to sum up the plotman. I hate this so much, as it gives the main character no agency over their decisions. What they choose to do, like when Batman chooses to activate the last laugh system, doesn't matter, as it's justified in the little next issue. Comic characters as big as Batman is aren't allowed to be evil or actually have to do anything that could potentially remove themselves from the idolization by the audience and the publishers. Batman has to stay good, or else they can't sell him as one of the faces of the brand, and it has never been so more obvious than in this comic. So, to sum up, this book is a good journey, but overall falls flat on making a real mark. There are no lasting changes, except for Jim Gordon being Jokerized. And doesn't this feel a little too similar to Venomized, really? But there's nothing tangible, nothing that really affects the universe of these characters and how we see them. And I find that incredibly disappointing, because there was so much potential with using these characters and these plotlines to show us about the character of Batman. Really, all it ended up with was just a bunch of monologues, well, duologues, I guess, and just a boring, plain story.